Let's start here. We appreciate your time because it has been a long night. We just wrapped up the AJC candidate forum. Attorney General Chris Carr, you are a Republican, you're running for governor. Let's talk about elections.
Sure.
Last night was election night here in Georgia and around the country. 2 statewide races went for Democrats here in Georgia. Democrats won the governor's mansion in Virginia and in New Jersey, and City Hall. They took over the mayor's office in New York City. How do those results impact the way you are looking at framing your campaign moving forward? Do they change anything for you?
It doesn't, because this is what we've been telling folks, that candidate quality matters, affordability issues matter, and you're going to want, particularly in Georgia in 2026, you're going to want somebody that understands kitchen table issues. Lower taxes, affordability, particularly as it comes to housing and health care, safe streets, maybe more of a kitchen window issue. And good paying jobs at the end of the day, but that's what last night told us. And I think in Georgia, if we don't pay attention to the fact that we need good quality candidates that are running at the top of the ticket, then we're missing the point.
You bring up affordability, kitchen table issues. We have interviewed most of the field, definitely from the Democratic side, and you here on the Republican side in this gubernatorial race. Everybody has brought up affordability. It's a crowded field on the Republican and the Democratic side. How do you stand out among that crowded field?
Well, because look at my record. Look at what I've done to bring jobs to this state. When I was the Commissioner of Economic Development, 84,000 private sector jobs were created, billions of dollars worth of investment. Look at the safety issue. As Attorney General, I've done it. We have authority over domestic terrorism, human trafficking, gangs, organized retail theft. We've gone all around this state saying we don't care your race, your gender, your religion, your sexual orientation, where you live or where you're from, you deserve to be safe. There is a difference between talking about what you're going to do or you'd want to do and actually get it done. And my leadership style is to sit around the table, ask the questions, bring folks together that have the solutions, and make sure we do something.
Talking about affordability, let's drill down on that a little bit, because right now we are in the midst of a now record-setting federal government shutdown. If you win this race and you become Georgia's governor, what do you think the role of a state governor should be in navigating a federal shutdown for the people of the state that he serves?
Yeah, it continues to get more and more important. And I had 10 years of experience in the Senate working with Johnny Isaacs and working up there on the issues that matter to Georgians. Because if the federal government isn't going to do it, it does fall to the state. Now, there's only so much we can do. There are some programs and some things we just can't pick up the tab for, but you got to be able to work with folks, know who to call, know who to work with. But you want to at least have somebody that knows what they are doing.
You say there are things you can do. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
There's been some talk in some states about, at the state level, states opening up some funds to help at least partially fund SNAP benefits. Is that something you think the governor of Georgia should do?
Well, I think Governor Kemp's right. That's one of those issues. That's a big ticket item. The federal government should do it. But you know what? The Congress needs to get back to work. The federal government needs to open back up. But for example, when we had Hurricane Helene, when we had the tornadoes, the state stepped up, provided relief to those that were suffering most in a way that made the most sense. Those are the kinds of things that we got to be able to do.
I don't want to linger here too long, but I think I just want to make sure we get a clear answer. You say Governor Kemp had it right in that it's a big ticket item. In your view, did he have it right on the SNAP benefit issue, that it's not the state's role to help pay for that?
It is not. It is not. That's a federal program, and the state budget isn't the federal budget. We need the federal government to work together. We will partner. We'll do everything that we can. We'll be creative like we were in hurricanes and tornadoes. But there are just some things the federal government's supposed to do. They got to get back to work and do it.
Let's talk about some polling. We're outside of the AJC event here. They released a poll recently. They polled likely Republican primary voters in this gubernatorial contest. They had you at 7% support. That's third place behind the other 2 major candidates on the Republican side. Do those numbers make you worry?
No, I got them right where I want them. Here's the deal. The last time that me and my 2 opponents were on a primary ballot together was 2022. I got 75% of the vote that day when they got 50. And raw vote totals, I got about 840,000 votes. The Secretary of State got 600, and the Lieutenant Governor got 550. Brian Kemp, Nathan Deal, and Sonny Perdue, at this point in their races, they weren't leaders. They weren't the front runners either. But we call them governor today. That's why we have elections. We are 6 months away. I know that when I get the message out about what I'm going to do as governor, we're going to end up winning this thing.
President Donald Trump is a name that every Republican voter in Georgia pays attention to. Every Georgian knows the name, of course. But President Donald Trump is a big figure in Republican politics here in our state. He's obviously endorsed your opponent, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones. If you win this race, what do you think the relationship should be between Georgia's governor and the president?
Well, I think it'll be good. First of all, I think if President Trump wants to back the winner, he'll end up backing me, number one. Number two, there are a number of issues that he has worked on that I think he's done a great job. Securing the border, lowering taxes, focusing on human trafficking and gang activity. So there's a lot. In fact, I've been invited to the White House to be on a panel on human trafficking, and when he signed the Halt Fentanyl Act, which is a huge issue as well. It's going to be fine. We're going to have a good relationship. But at the end of the day, I will be the governor of Georgia. I'm going to be my own man, and I think that's important.
What issues do you disagree with the president on?
Well, I think there's a couple things I might have done differently. Look, I love the DOJ conversation. I just wish the Congress had stepped in and supported what the president had done. But this isn't about what we're for and what we're against, right? This is going to be about the issues facing Georgians and about being the governor of Georgia. And my campaign is going to be about jobs, and he is all about bringing jobs to this country and safety, keeping people safe. We know that he is on that side as well.
You talk about there are a few things you disagree with. I think we should linger here just for a moment because you had a complicated period in your relationship with the federal government in the wake of the 2020 presidential election here in Georgia. The president disputed those results. You went to bat and defended the validity of those results. Do you think Georgia voters will reward you or punish you for your decision there?
I think Georgia voters like seeing the governor be his or her own man or his or her own woman. And I think that what happened in 2020 is I disagreed with why we lost the race in 2020. I didn't see widespread voter fraud such that it would overturn the election, and I went to court to do it. But I'll remind everybody, Stacey Abrams said she lost the race in 2018 because of voter suppression. We went to court when she filed a federal lawsuit. Every last claim that she made was dismissed. So at the end of the day, again, I think it's about governors being their own person, representing the state, and I'm going to represent the people of Georgia.
There's always so much we can talk about. We want to be respectful of your time, so I think that is a good place to end it. Attorney General Chris Carr, thank you.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you.